Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Ashley C., owner, CEO, Evansville Notary Number One Services. We are located in Southern Indiana. Hopefully, y'all having a really good day today. I am on Clubhouse now as well as YouTube. Hopefully, this Clubhouse thing go good. A little different for me, but we're gonna try it out. So we are reading a book, Deep Work by Cal Newport. We are on part two, the first two chapters. There's only four chapters in part two. It's a short read, um, not too long. We're almost done with the book. Next week, the 30th, we're going to do the last two chapters, 3 and 4. Um, And so I'm just going to kind of go ahead and get it over with. I know it's a few things happening. The Clubhouse is still booming. It's been really popping lately. I feel like the more people um, that you follow, the more rooms and stuff you see and more notifications. So we know, different things going on tonight. But I'm not going to keep you on. We're going to get straight into it. Let me drink my water. All right, let's get it popping. Um, all right. Just finding my notes. Finding my notes. All right. Now, part two is called The Rules. The Rules of Deep Work. And there's quite a few of them. This chapter was very, very long. And so I tried to get through it as best as I could. However, guess what I did? I procrastinated and I didn't read the full the full chapters thoroughly. So I'm just gonna put out there what I got or whatever quotes I've seen. But I really feel like deep work is a really good thing to follow. And so I'm just gonna talk about the different kinds of deep work. All right. So chapter 1, work deeply. Attempting to do deep work is good, but due to our habits and distractions, it's hard for us to truly commit. The author recommends creating habits and routines that will help us to get into deep work and be successful at it. In the book, the author lists different types of routines that can help you ease into deep work. And just like with anything, it takes discipline, it takes consistency. And that's kind of what he goes over in these next few steps. It's about 9 or 10. So the first one is the monastic philosophy of deep work scheduling. This philosophy attempts to maximize deep efforts by eliminating or radically minimizing shallow obligations. The example in the book, a guy gave up on emails, and the way to contact him is to mail a letter. So again, earlier in this book, we talked about minimizing your distractions when it's time to do valuable work, when it's time to just do work and really focus and concentrate on the task at hand. And so he calls these things shallow work: emails, emails, meetings, workspace, just daily distractions that we don't really think about. We've kind of allowed ourselves to take on distractions and call it multitasking or calling it busyness when you're not being productive, honestly, or when it doesn't meet like the bottom line of what you're trying to do. So you can all ask yourself, what distractions or what things do you consider to be shallow work? What are some distractions that you kind of feel like you have to attend to but can really wait? Okay. Number 2, the bimodal philosophy of deep work scheduling. So this philosophy asks that you divide your time, dedicating some clearly defined stretches to deep pursuits and leaving the rest open to everything else. So another example in the book is a guy, and background too. Most of the people that this author referenced are either science, some type of physics, like really, how can I say it? They're not just doing the regular 9 to 5, okay? They're really into critical and deep thought work. So it's not just the regular 9 to 5s. So I think that's another reason why he kind of pushes this philosophy. Like, is it can be for it's for people who really want to do something valuable, that really want to contribute to something, that wants to make an impact in the world in some way. But anywho, the guy was he will leave for a certain amount of months throughout the year to focus on, something he thought was very important. And then he will come back and just go to his regular life, whatever paid the bills, or to his business. So I had a question. Could you see yourself living in another part of the world for 3 months out of the year, participating in deep work, and then go back to your life? I mean, that might not be the easiest for everybody, and that's okay. And sometimes our lifestyles or our families, our family obligations won't allow us to do those type of things. So again, this is not for the everyday person, okay? So we're gonna go to another one. Oh, also, the minimum unit of time for deep work in this philosophy tends to be at least one full day. So could you see yourself being able to leave and go to like a hotel in your city for a day to really get something done? Who knows? Now that probably is a little bit more realistic. Okay, so number 3, the rhythmic philosophy of deep work scheduling. This philosophy argues that the easiest way to consistently start deep work sessions is to transform them into a simple, regular habit. And so this one is a little bit more realistic, creating routines, or certain sessions throughout the day and getting something done. Excuse me. Number 4, the journalistic philosophy of deep work scheduling. This is when which you fit deep work wherever you can into your schedule. So not everyone can do this because not everyone is disciplined, in order to do something, to concentrate on something for a longer period of time without being distracted. Like, we're not disciplined in that sense yet, because a lot of us, we are used to, our brains are wired to look at things for short amount of time. Look at social media, everything is 15 seconds or less, 30 seconds or less. It takes us a lot of concentration to look at those longer videos. And so yeah, that this one is more for, and in the book, the author gave the example of a journalist, because they have the capacity to switch from one topic to the next. Like, okay, I got this deadline, I got to go ahead and do this topic, and it can be on politics, and then okay, once I finish this, I got to go straight to science because we got to get that one out there. We're already behind, that type of thing. So that deep work, the journalistic philosophy, it can be done, but again, it takes a lot of discipline to focus on something for whenever you have that time, and to really get into something deep and have it come out really good. And that takes a lot of discipline and a lot of concentration, and a lot of comfortability in your space, right? Okay, so these next ones, um, they're just like, they're not the same 4 principles, but they're just other things. So that kind of goes along with the deep work, or other things you can, do. So ritualize, build rituals. And I don't really like that word because it sounds just, yeah. But basically, it's more of a habit or a routine. I'll say that. Routine, that can kind of help you get into your deep work. And so you have to think about where you'll work and how long, how you'll work once you start to work, and how you'll support your work. Just a few different things you have to think about, but it has to be very strict. If you want to do this routine, you have to be very strict. with yourself. You have to tell yourself, hey, if I'm going to get up from 5 until 7 to do this deep work for this one task, it has to be very strict. And I can't play around. I have to know what I'm doing before I go in there. Okay, making grand gestures. So this has to be something radical. So leaving your space because too much is going on, distractions end up coming to your space. So you have to do something really radical. Like, okay, I'm about to go to, I'm about to drive 2 hours to this park that I like. That's really quiet. Like that's something radical because 2 hours just to find some quiet spaces. That's pretty radical, especially with gas prices. That's very radical. All right, and some other 3 more things. Don't work alone. Execute like a business and be lazy. So they have some more explanations on those 3, but again, when you procrastinate, you don't really get down to the nitty gritty. So I just had to kind of name them, just kind of get them out there. But yeah, I didn't do my homework. I did not do my homework. All right, and so moving on to chapter 2, embrace boredom. So this is a long paragraph that I'm about to read. This is quoted from the book. I'm going to try to read slowly and carefully so that you all can understand what I'm saying. All right. All right. Rule number 1, which I just read, taught you how to integrate deep work into your scheduling and support it with routines and rituals designed to help you consistently reach the current limit of your concentration ability. Now, rule 2, embrace boredom, will help you significantly improve this limit. The strategies that follow are motivated by the key idea that getting the most out of your deep work habit requires training. Okay, and training must address 2 goals: improve your ability to concentrate intensely and overcoming your desire for distractions. And again, if you read the book, you would get a lot of detailed information about how to overcome your desires for distraction because, again, it's not an easy thing to do. Our minds are wired differently to where it's hard for us to concentrate on something for a long stretch. And then it's hard for us to get over our desires. Like if you pick up your phone every 5 seconds, it's going to be hard to get into deep work because you're used to picking up that phone every 5 seconds. So I would consider, again, guys, reading a book. You can rent these books from the library and, do your thing. Like this is really for, us entrepreneurs, us new business owners to really create change, to create habits that will help us, help us in our business and to help us elevate year after year after year. And so I don't just pick these books just because I'm scrolling on Amazon. I am actually interested. I'm actually invested into these books. I'm invested into learning more about, successful, people, like what they do, what are some of their habits, so that I can discipline myself and rewire my mind and my thinking to get to my own level of success, because success looks different for everyone. So please do your own research. Just be diligent. Like I'm not just doing this just because, I'm just doing it for my health. Like I'm really trying to level up. I want to bring you all along on a journey because a lot of us, we didn't have role models that taught us, hey, this is how you start your business. This is how you run your business. A lot of us didn't have that guidance. And so I really want us to be like on the same page when it comes to running our own businesses now. So yeah. So next Thursday, the 30th, same time, same place, chapters 3 and 4, part 2, we will finish the book. And those are talking about removing social media and drain the shallows, and that's removing the unimportant. So it's something to think about. What shallow things can we remove from our daily to-do list that will help us focus more on the goal goal or goals of our business. So it was quick today. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, and we out. What's up, Ty? I see you.